What's up, everybody? This is Love for the Streets, and you're watching another episode of The Ride Along.
Ride with us, slide with us, come vibe with us. Stay cruising with real hitters and dime pieces. Ain't nobody else comparing to the things we on. You got love for the streets, why don't you ride along? Ride with us, slide with us, come vibe with us. Stay cruising with real hitters and dime pieces. Ain't nobody else comparing to the things we on. You got love for the streets, why don't you ride along?
All right, everybody, so today we're out here in beautiful Las Vegas, and today we're featuring this 59 Impala, and here's the owner. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's up, big dog? How you doing, everybody? Cisco, Foolish in Vegas, aka Mr. Vegas, with my 1959 Impala, Smooth Criminal. We're out here just doing what we do.
That's right, baby.
Let's go for a dip.
Let's go for a little ride. So what do you say, my boy? We take a little dip, we take a little ride in Vegas?
Right.
That's right, my boy. Let's go, let's go. Don't slam my door.
Nah, continue.
You excited, bro?
Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah.
That's right. So I'm excited to do this episode, dog. I know that when I hit you up, I noticed that you wear a lot of OG Pendletons. You know, you dress, you know, old school. So when I knew I was gonna do this episode, I said I have to bust out my baby too. You know what I mean? I can't just have this one hanging in my closet. I gotta come out and
we were Pendletons out here in the desert too.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right. Yeah.
You know, you do it like 2 or 3 months out of the year, but that's all right. You know.
That's right. So, little history on the car, dog.
Well,
how long have you had it?
I've had it for maybe almost now going on like 9 or 10 years.
What was the condition that it was in?
When I first got it, some guy had it up in NorCal.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of hot rotted out. He purchased it, and he never really did anything to it. He kind of just he kept it. And Keita got the phone call. Shout out to Big Lou's Keita up in heaven, always watching me.
Rest in peace. That's right.
And you know, he could have turned around and built it himself, flipped it, but he knew how bad I always wanted one of these. So he hit me up. He hit me up at the house at the pad, and he was like, "Hey, Oos, you sitting down, Oos?" And I'm like, "Oh, what happened?" And he's like, "I got the deal of a lifetime." He goes, "Now this deal is just for me, but I want you to have it."
Damn, that's love right there, bro.
That's love, bro. So this car ain't gonna fucking.
It's not going nowhere.
No,
yeah,
it ain't going nowhere.
After that, I mean, I didn't know the history. I know that you have some history with Uso, and I know that you know, I didn't know that even the car had history with
yeah. No, it's a real cool story. So yeah, I'm you know, I'm a proud long time member. I got a 20-year member badge.
Oh, okay.
And you know, just nowadays, you know, I just do my own thing. You know, I still got I got so much love for everybody out there. I'm always organizing things. I'm always showing love to all the different clubs. I'm always doing different functions with everybody.
You're born and raised here in Las Vegas?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm officially a fucking paisa. I was born in Mexico.
Oh, all right.
Came out here with my family. When,
what part of Mexico?
Guanajuato.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Guanajuato, yeah.
Shout out to all the people from Guanajuato.
Yeah, Benjamo, Guanajuato. Michoacán también, Churincio, Michoacán. I got family out there. Got family allá también en el DF, en el DF
all
también.
right.
Yeah, so yeah.
But you grew up here in Vegas.
Yeah, I grew up here. Been out here pretty much all my life.
When can you recall your low riding bug? When did it bite you?
Oh, I know it by heart.
That's right.
the first apartments that I lived in back when we first got here to the States, here to Vegas. I still remember being, I think, 8, 9 years old, and I was in the parking lot in my apartment complex playing with a bike, and a fool came in. Of all things, it was this vato had a black Monte Carlo, black G body.
Oh, right.
And I'll never forget, he had his
on switches and everything.
Yeah, he had his set your shades on and everything, and he pulled up, and I guess he must have been picking somebody up or something. Never said shit to me. He just fucking looked at me, and I looked at him, and then he just dropped it, and I was like, whoa, what is that?
How old are you?
8 years old.
Oh, wow.
8 years old, and I'd never even seen a car like that. And the moment I about to hit the fucking switch, I was hooked, bro. That was it. I had no idea what it was, but I knew that I was gonna have one of those one day.
Let's go, bro.
So whoever that vato was, I don't know if you're still here or wherever you might be.
Hey, you're responsible for
Shout
my
out
boy
to that
Cisco
vato right there, because you started something.
If he wouldn't have hit that switch, you probably wouldn't even.
I wouldn't even notice, bro. I'm just a little, you know.
Man, that's a badass story, bro.
Yeah, bro. And you know what? I never forget that story. So now I try to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, all right.
I see little kids out there, bro. They're the next generation. You know,
That's
show
very
them how to
important,
do
bro.
it. Exactly, bro. You got to keep this, you know.
Yeah, and especially something as positive as this.
Exactly. It really is.
As low riding, as cruising, as building cars. Period. Right.
Yeah, 100%, bro. It's you know, we're here today and gone the next, but the culture stays.
That's right.
The cars get passed down. The culture don't stop.
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably one
That's
of
the most
main
important thing. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So let me ask you about the suspension on the car.
Come on.
What's the deal with the suspension?
You know what? I built another full custom vehicle before, all chromed out, chrome gold, everything, full custom. Did the whole lowrider tour, did his thing, and I promised that the next ride that I was gonna have, it was gonna be more of a cruiser.
Okay.
So I really kind of fought with the idea at first, because I'm like, man, I picked up this 59. You know, you can do all kinds of stuff with this.
Right.
But my focus was never a competition. You know, I said, you know what, I've done the competition thing. I've done the show circuit. I mean, I've traveled the whole country and won a lot of trophies and all that good stuff.
Met a lot of good people.
Met a lot of good people. A lot of people that I consider family. You know, brothers, people that, you know, cars, no cars, they're still gonna be there for you. You know? There's no price in that. You know.
Yeah.
But the one thing I promised myself is, no matter what happens, don't build this car to that point where it's got so much in it you don't want to drive it, or so much that you can't cruise it.
But let me touch on that point right there, because I know the little bird told me that this car has just as much custom original parts, not custom, but I'm saying just as much, like if they had custom parts, right?
Yeah.
Can you run down the list? Can you know off the top of your head, what are some of the things that are on this car that are,
you know what, the accessories alone on this vehicle are probably worth almost just as much as the car itself.
right?
I mean, you're talking about everything from the original Trailmasters. You got I mean, I don't even know where to begin. You got the Trailmasters, you got the electronic you got the four-way flasher. You got all kinds of stuff. You got, let me see here, you got the cruiser skirts.
Okay.
You got the Continental kit. You got the tissue dispenser. What else? We got the
compass.
The compass. Yeah, you got the OG compass.
The blinds.
Yeah, you got the Senko. The Senkos. You got, let me see what else. You got sorry, I'm over here trying to look out for traffic.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible the amount of accessories that you can get in one of these cars.
But it's interesting that you took it upon yourself to put as much original parts on this car as you could.
Yeah,
or at least try to bring it back to what was featured back in 1959, right?
Yeah, definitely. You know what? There's a thing that I've been learning about these cars is, man, they were beautiful the way that they were meant to be. You don't really have to do a whole lot to these cars.
Right,
you know, some people try to rewrite history or try to go over the top, and that's fine. To each their own, you know. But you know, these cars, the reason why they're so sought after is because they're beautiful. The way that they were created.
Came out the lot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
and I know I personally I love 59s, but then again I love 58s, 57s,
everything, 56s.
Bro. So you can't really. But I like 59s for one reason, because of the body lines, the way the backlights. If you notice, for some reason I don't know whose idea it was back in Chevrolet when they said, hey, let's change the backlights.
That's right.
You know, for some reason somebody had that idea and they ran with it. Yeah. And look at where it's at now in 2021. How that's just so iconic, those taillights.
I agree with that. You know, everybody's got their regular cars, their daily cars, you know, that we get by on, you know. But the one thing that I noticed, the one thing that you appreciate having one of these cars is, you know what, back then they weren't worried about all the safety features. They weren't worried about, hey, you know what, you took care of yourself. What they were worried about was the design and the look and the feel of a car.
Another thing that's interesting, and I'm pretty sure you understand, is how they would switch up every year was a different body style.
That's right. That's right.
You know, what was the reason behind it? Who knows? But we don't have that no more, or at least they stopped doing that up, you know, in the later years. Whereas you have a 59 looks totally different than a 60, totally different than a 61. But yet it's still the same Impala, right?
Yeah, it's the same family. They're all brothers, but they all got their very unique, very unique things to them. They're very unique accessories, very unique looks, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
You know, nowadays you don't really see that. You know, all these other cars, they'll look the same. You know, whatever.
You can't really tell them apart that much. You know?
No, not really. You know, this is, and that's one of the reasons why you notice everybody across the board, they love these cars. It doesn't matter what you're into, doesn't even know if you know anything about cars.
It's a head turner.
It definitely is. It definitely is. One of the best compliments that I've ever gotten is a lady, some random lady at a bus stop. She was hollering at me. She was like, hey, and I was at the red light, and I was like, yeah, and she's like, you know what, I'm sitting here waiting for the bus, and she's like, I just want to say thank you. And I go, what? And she goes, thank you. She goes, you just made my day. Thank you for bringing out your car. That's a beautiful car. She goes, you just made my day. Wow. And she was sitting there waiting for the bus.
What type of feeling did you have after
I was like, wow, here I thought I was just bringing out the car because I love bringing out the car, and I realized these cars, you share it with people.
Oh yeah.
I'm the one that gets to keep it. I dump the money in it. I get to maintenance it and service it. But you know what? When you cruise these cars, everybody that looks at it enjoys it. And it brings
to add to that even like you said, you were so happy to see a Monte Carlo, which is a G body, and it's still a beautiful car. You know, nothing wrong with it. But you were able to feel the you know, like the love, the passion from that one instant. Yeah. And you know, even that, you see a beautiful G-body Regal, Monte Carlo, Cutlass, and it still turns your head and you're like, wow, you know, like paint job, you know, undercarriage, whatever it is, it's still gonna, you know, draw attention.
A beautiful ride is a beautiful ride, no matter what it is, man.
That's right.
The very first car I built was my Cutlass. A lot of people know it from back in the days. Foolish Pleasure, 84 Cutlass. It definitely did its thing. A lot of the old school guys, they seen it. We might be bringing it back out again soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll take it to one of my shows.
Yeah, that's a guarantee, brother. Once it comes back out.
A little hot, a little bit of that Las Vegas heat out here, a little bit.
Yeah, right. It's still there.
How do you guys do it out here, bro? Like, Vegas gets really hot.
It really does, bro. You know what? I used to think, honestly, that the longer you're here, the more you get used to it. And that was true till about 4 or 5 years ago, bro.
I think honestly, I'm blessed back home, bro. I know LA is very expensive.
Yeah,
but we pay for the weather.
That's right. That's right.
We have the mountains. We have the beach.
It's all right there,
we have
bro.
Year-round low riding.
That's right.
So I guess
same thing here. You know. It's definitely a blessing to be here.
Vegas to us, like back home, feels very like how can I say, like sister, you know, like related, you know.
That's
like
right, like, yeah,
San
like
Diego,
cousins,
San Diego, Vegas, Arizona. Like if the vibe, the people, the community's the same, you know. Like we feel like it's like you go from one town to another, and it's like you feel you're back home, you know.
It's funny that you say that, bro, because I've always felt that way myself, and I always ask myself, man, I wonder if that's the way they feel about it, you know. Like Vegas is your guys' backyard, you know.
I know I do, and I can speak for a lot of people that I know.
That's good to know.
It's a backyard. It's like you're back home. That's why you see.
Yeah.
It's people come out here and they have a good time out here too. The car community, right?
It's all the same.
Cisco, let me ask you about the paint.
Yep.
What's the deal with the paint? Why that color combination, or that there's a little custom touch to it?
Yeah, you know, when I first got the car, it was painted black, and I mean, it had already been painted prior before, but it definitely needed to be brought back. A few years after I busted out the car, I decided to go ahead and just freshen the whole thing up. When I did that, I wanted to do something different with the roof. Okay. I know at the time it was a really big deal for everybody to be patterning out and doing the patterns and doing the little droplets and doing all the
very custom
stuff, custom stuff,
especially on the 59s, right?
Exactly. And I thought, you know what, I love that look. Shout out to everybody that's got that. I said, I just want to do something different. I thought, what would be the opposite of that? The opposite of that would be no patterns. It's something that's solid but makes a statement. And I started thinking to myself, just looking around the car scene. I go to SEMA every year, and you see a lot of innovation, get a lot of ideas out there. And I started, I noticed a car in particular, and it was a black car that had the stainless in the center.
Oh, all right.
And it was a Phantom. It was a Bentley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a Bentley. And it had a red interior. You just happened to have a red interior, and it was an all black car, and it had the stainless. So I shot the idea to a couple of my friends, the ones that were helping me with the paint at the time. And the guy said, well, you know how they do that, right? You know that process. And I said, no, I don't know the process. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. You just let me know how much we need, and we'll make it happen. You know, if I like it, then it stays. If it don't like it, then we'll take it off something else. Yeah. When I came and saw the car for the first time after it was done, oh man, I liked it right away. I knew it was a hit.
You fell in love with it right there.
I fell in love with it right away. I knew that it was a winner. What I wasn't sure about was if people were gonna get it, if they're gonna be like, you know, that's kind of weird. At the end of the day, honestly, it's your car. Is you do what you like.
You put your touch into it.
But it feels that much better when people understand your vision and thought.
You know what? I didn't notice it until I came up to it and I saw it.
Yeah. Right. It's stainless steel. You know, I try to describe it to people that don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, look at the refrigerators, them nice refrigerators with the stainless, brushed stainless. There you go, brushed stainless.
All right.
Some people say, oh, that's like a gunmetal. Yeah, I've heard gunmetal. I've heard brushed stainless. Either way.
But it looks nice. And it does an original touch.
Yeah, it gives it a subtle touch, but it also stands out. And then when the sunlight hits it, or any light hits it at the right angle, it has just that little bit of shine to it, and it's got a little bit of pattern in there. It's very unique. It's very unique. I'm very happy with it, and I think I'm gonna keep it around that way for a while. But you know, I want to do something different. I think I achieved it, and I've gotten nothing but compliments from the custom community, just saying, "Wow, you know what? It looks pretty nice."
Cisco, what do you have under the hood? What are you running?
You know what? I kept it simple. I run a 350, rebuilt 350. Easy to work on, easy to maintain, easy to accessorize. A hard work motor. This motor, or actually I should say this car originally came out with a 348 big block.
Okay. I
go back and forth all the time. I've had the opportunity to build a 348 big block for this.
So it gets on the freeway and there it goes.
It definitely goes. I keep the 350 because it's a very reliable, easy to work on, and I put miles in this car.
Yeah.
With the type of heat that we have out here, the big blocks from my understanding, they tend to run a little hotter. So I have yet to really consider maybe putting a 348 big block. If I did, it would be just for the nostalgic.
Yeah.
But for right now, like I said, bro, I put this thing on the freeway. I take it out of town. I take it out of the city, and I'm always rolling 13s, 520s. No problem. You know, just they got me persino, and you know.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
What type of rims do you have on this car for people that want to know?
I got some true OG Zenith of Campbell, California. Not fake Cenas, not China Cenas, not like the newer ones. Yeah. I had a friend that gave me the opportunity to pick them up, and the thing that caught my attention was the fact that they're true original Zenith of Campbell, California. So
all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be hanging on to these, and then always 520s.
And you just
the look. Yeah, no, actually they were in great shape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were already in good shape. I didn't even have to redo anything to them. It was already done.
Wow.
You know. So yeah.
And then you're right on 520s.
Right on 520s.
What's the deal with the 520s?
You know, it's just more of a traditional thing. You know, you got a lot of different tires that you can put on there. I've actually rolled with the radials. They're they're reliable tires. They're the more common tire, but you know, just considering the whole look of the car, just to complete the look of the car.
It goes with the look of the car.
Yeah, I always keep them right at 55. 55 is my my go-to. 55 psi. As long as I keep them, I don't go more than 2 outings with the car that I check the 55 psi level in each tire. Not 53, not 47, 55.
Right.
And knock on wood, as long as I keep them at 55 and I watch what I'm doing, I've had good luck with the tires.
You want to drop it?
Yeah.
59.
Don't do that. That's freaking sexy.
Hey, it's time to get one. It's time to get one already. You guys better be here later on. There's gonna be a lot more of these. Yeah, we're gonna be up over there on that side, and we're gonna be cruising up and down right here. You like that reaction, bro?
It is, bro. I did.
It's a high.
I love it. I love it. It really is.
Yeah, even I feel good. Like I'm over here explaining it.
It's that's the real trophy.
Honestly, that's why I do this. You know, I met a lot of people, and you know what? I figured, you know what? When I came up with this,
yeah,
and I figured like this, dude. Somebody needs to say these. Somebody needs to hear these stories. It's not just the car.
Yeah.
You know, because I've interviewed people that have cars that with chip paint, and you know, they're regular stock cars, but it's the story behind the person of how they feel when they get in the car.
Yeah. What
it took for them to get that car, and just why they love the scene so much.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more important. It's more than it's beyond, you know, anything that has to do with customizing it and engraving and all that. Like, that's beautiful. I love it. I love to see the different ways you can fix up the same type of car.
There's tradition behind it. There's pride. There's pride in it.
Exactly.
There's joy in it. You learn a lot too. I tell people one thing: you learn a lot about yourself building these cars, and you learn a lot of patience.
Yeah,
you learn a lot of patience. You want to learn patience. You build yourself.
No, and to add to that too, Cisco, is this: you learn a lot to appreciate. Appreciate what it takes for people to put their hands on a car and get it to a point. Because now you have seen dozens, millions, probably even of 59s. You know, not even millions. You know, but you've seen hundreds of them.
Yeah, for sure.
You've seen hundreds of 59s, and now that you have your own, now you're able to appreciate it. Like, wow.
That's right. And you get an appreciation not just for the car, but for the person itself, because you can relate. You understand what
is it like a little secret connection you guys have, like a little secret club that all 59 owners, you guys see each other.
You know what? No, I don't even know like that, but I just
if it is, I'm not part of it.
They haven't told me yet. Yeah.
But you know, you understand what I mean. You know, you see another person that has, you know, you understand, like, this person.
You probably don't even have to even
Yeah.
say nothing. You
Yeah.
can just look at each other and be like, "What's up?" Give each other that respect.
That's
like, hey,
right.
you know what? You did what you had to do to get to that point. You know.
One last question.
Okay.
What do you want to leave in your mark in the scene? What is going to be your legacy?
My legacy, I think, is gonna be I want people to know that Vegas got a hardcore lowriding scene. We got it cracking out here too. I consider Cali, Arizona, I consider those places like cousins, relatives. You know, we all know where lowriding started and how it started and where it came from. But I would love for the whole lowrider community to understand that, you know, Vegas got it cracking too.
That's right.
You know.
So you want to be known as one of the people that put Vegas on the map, or at least did enough for Vegas.
You know, you got a lot of people. I just want to be known as one of many people from Vegas.
That's right.
That puts it down. Shout out to everybody putting it down for Vegas. There's a lot of cats out there that, you know, I get excited when I see their cars. You know, there's a lot of homies out there that got good stories, crazy stories, been trials, tribulations, but they're still out there putting it down.
That's right.
I just want to be known as one of those fools right there. I want to be known as one of those guys that did his thing to put Vegas on the map and have everybody look at Vegas and be like, man, you know, we know Vegas is fun, and you know Vegas, you can kick it, you can party, but
they got
man,
some riders.
They got some riders out there. That's what
right.
I want. I just want to be one of those guys.
Cisco, bonus question.
Órale.
What's the deal with your Instagram handle? Foolish in Vegas.
Foolish in Vegas. Póngale, ahí estoy siempre.
Because you're a fool.
The name of the first car that I built was Foolish Pleasure. That was my 84 Cutlass, which you guys are going to be seeing back out here pretty soon. And after a while, people just knew the car more than they knew myself. So after a while, they would just be out in the streets. Hey, what's up, Foolish? What's up, Foolish?
Oh,
and then
wow.
it was just Foolish. You know, we were doing Foolish out there.
Imagine you would have named that car something else. They would have
Right?
started calling you, you know, purple. Oh no, the car's orange, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you would have named the Orange Crush or something.
Like, what's
Hey,
up?
Orange Crush. Oh, damn.
So, you know, we started with Foolish, and then Foolish just stuck to it. And then one day it was, you know, who's that? Oh, that's Foolish. That's Foolish in Vegas. Like, oh, where is he? Oh, he's from Vegas. Foolish in Vegas. He, you know, ya se
See, like
quedó.
me, you know, my uncle, rest in peace.
Simón.
Since I can remember, he'd always say, Pinche Nacho. Pinche Nacho. Estás bien loco, Pinche Nacho.
Simón.
So and then so, you know, I go, you know, I tell people or whatever, that's kind of like Pinche Nacho. So then nobody really knows that story. My uncle was the one that kind of baptized me with that. And then he would tell me, yo soy el primero que te dije ese nombre, Pinche Nacho, porque estás bien loco, Pinche Nacho.
Que no se te olvide,
No
güey.
se te olvide, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Cisco, where do you want to go with this car? Like, what is one of the places that you think I want to cruise those streets with this car?
Cali. I want more Cali. Yeah, for sure. I've done just about everything that I can do here in my town.
Right.
I've cruised the strip on a weekday. I've cruised the strip in the rain. I've cruised the strip
I've seen you
in the sun. I've hit the city all over. I've gone to Laughlin on 520s, 13s. I got a video.
How far is that drive?
2.5 hours on the freeway. Gone out there, kick it for the weekend, do the car show, pick up a trophy, and then drove back on 520s.
Wow.
So that was a good feeling. I've gone to Mesquite. There's a big custom car show out there.
So you
I've
drove it
taken it out of town. I take it on the
But you
freeways
wanna
out here
cruise
regularly.
Cali?
But yeah, that's what I want to do. I actually, a few years back, we had the Wing Fest over there in Downey, over there at the Big Boy.
Oh, okay.
I had it towed up there, and then the family and we took it off the trailer, and I hit the one, and I took it all the way up to Malibu, Santa Monica, all that stuff. And that's definitely
Got that little breeze, huh?
to get that little breeze, bro. That was one of the things
beautiful, bro.
I crossed that off the bucket list.
That's dope.
You guys need to fucking invite me out to Whittier. Never been to Whittier.
Oh, let's go.
Before my time comes, I want to do the Whittier thing.
Is that like is that a lowrider bucket list?
That's a lowrider bucket list, Whittier, and then
Boulevard.
Whittier Boulevard, and then the other one, Elysian Park.
Oh, yeah.
You guys invite me to Elysian Park. You guys invite me.
You know,
to,
you're more than welcome to come.
Whittier.
Anything that we're a part of. You're this like it's
Gracias,
like, yeah,
homie.
exactly. You already know.
A toda mi gente allá, si me dan el pase, yo le caigo.
That's right.
Con respeto siempre, you know,
That's right,
fucking
that's
permiso. You guys know the invite.
And likewise, they're welcome to come and touch bases with Foolish in Vegas.
Whether I met you in person or never met you in person, we just, you know, talk on.
You're the same
online.
person in person and online. Huh?
People can verify, you know, they'll say, hey Cisco, I'm gonna fucking be out there, or hey Cisco, you know, Foolish was cracking, I'm gonna be in your town. And I always say, you know what, homie, hit me up if you need anything. It's all love on my side.
That's right.
You need a jacket, you know what, I'll give you a good one.
That's right.
Whatever.
You got people with the Lambos and shit telling you what's up, huh?
Yeah, you when you got Lamborghinis looking at your car breaking their neck,
yeah.
you know what's up.
Yeah, I'm looking at his car, I'm saying, that's a badass car.
Yeah, I've had guys with badass cars look at me like, damn, I'll trade you straight across
That's
right
right.
now because I can't get a 59.
And just to add to that, and I know you personally, not for anything, not to speak for you, but I know that you're not saying it in the sense that your car's the best.
Nah,
what
not
you're
at
saying
all.
is
Yeah.
it's the best for you, and you know it's a beautiful car because the car itself,
Exactly.
59 Impala is a beautiful type of car.
Definitely. Oh yeah, by all means. But this car is by far not the cleanest rider out there. It's not the cleanest 59 out there. But you know what? It's got a lot of pride in it, and it's got a little part of my heart in it.
That's the value that it has, right?
Yeah, and it's a rider for sure, you know.
Right.
So to all the people out there building cars, don't stress yourself. Don't overthink it. Don't be like, oh man, I can't compete with this. I can't compete with that. You know, I can't do any of that. You know what? It's not a competition. It's not a competition. That's the thing that I wish that lowriders would remember. It's not a competition. We're all in this together. We're
one big car club.
Exactly. We're all
even
one.
the solo riders, even the older guys, the younger guys.
Yeah, there's no competition. I think, and you know what? Granted, back when I was starting out with my Cutlass, it was all competition.
Oh, yeah.
And I managed to do that. I lived it. I enjoy that. And then as you get a little more mature, you realize, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
It's pointless.
There's no competition. We're all the same.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if I had the baddest car in the whole planet. If nobody else was there to kick it with me, then it doesn't matter.
That's right.
So I'd rather just have a clean car, and if I'm surrounded by 10 other 59s that are way cleaner than mine, I'd be happy as shit.
Oh yeah.
You know why? Because at the end of the day, I'm still always gonna be that little kid.
Yeah.
That guy
saw that Monte Carlo.
That saw that Monte Carlo. That somebody.
I think that's the best way to end this ride along, is to say that.
No matter what happens, bro, at the end of the day, I'm always that kid, and I'm always gonna give props. I'm always gonna give shout out to anybody that's got 59s, they got G bodies, they got Monte Carlos,
Cadillacs.
they got Impalas,
Or you don't like
Caddies. Yeah, I love it all. Oh my God, who doesn't?
Los hacen menos, nah.
No, para nada.
They're
Bro,
beautiful too, bro.
Cadillac is a Cadillac, bro.
Even if you have a primered, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter, dude. As long as you love the scene and you love the culture, and you're here for all that it has to, you embrace it.
I wish people got more back to that, you know, less competition and just more.
That's right. more fun.
Yeah, more fun.
Yeah.
More fun. That's what we're organizing. We're organizing this right here. It's not a show. It's not an event. You know what? It's just a bunch of homies cruising.
That's right.
And everybody that wants to tag along is more than welcome. And it's all love. That's it. We're all there for each other. Have a good time, and go home. You know, that's it. Pues aquí estamos, mi Nacho.
Ya está, Cisco. No, pues gracias.
Over here.
Appreciate this this letting us, you know, I think that I'm the honored one, because I get to ride in a car that, you know, maybe one day I'll get to own one, you know.
That's right, my brother.
Muchas gracias.
Hey, cuando estás aquí en Vegas, this is your car también, bro.
Gracias.
And to all the homies out there, when you guys come to Vegas, my cars are your cars. You know, I'm here for everybody. It's all love, it's all brotherhood. That's
right, mama.
Yeah.
Cisco, I have one question.
Simon.
What's the deal with the 59, the Cross Jr. 59? I know there's a story behind it.
Yeah.
But I want people to know.
You know what? It's got a pretty cool story. So I was probably still in school back then, and this was way before I even knew how I was going to go about getting this car. Obviously stopped at the Carl's Jr. and just minding my own, you know, just thinking about the future. And it just so happened that I got number 59. I got the number 59, and I thought to myself, you know what? I don't know how or when or how long it's gonna take me, but this is a sign. I'm gonna make sure that one day I get a 59 Impala.
So you kept that?
Yeah, you know, I guess apparently it fell off or something fell into my pocket, and then
you forgot you took it home.
I forgot. The girl was like, "Hey, where's the number he gave you?" I was like, "Oh, I left it in the counter." Nah.
But that was a sign, huh? That
was a sign. You know, I kept it, and I wouldn't have even close to a 59 Impala for at least another decade, maybe another 10 years.
And you always had that same picture.
And I said, I'm gonna save it. I kept it all, you know, nice and covered up, nice and clean. And then the day that I busted out this car,
was that one of the first things you put in the car?
Yes, I did. I always do. And so that was it's just a little symbolism. It's symbolic because it's a reminder to myself that if you put your mind to something, it doesn't matter how long it takes you. You know, anybody watching out there and be like, damn, I want to get to that point, or I want to get that. Or you can do it. Don't. It never even crossed my mind that I couldn't do it.
I'm hoping I get a 61 next time I go to Carl's Jr. A 61 number, because that's my dream car.
That's the sign right there, bro.
God, if you're listening to me, I need a 61. All right, so let me know. Please don't give me like a 2000 or 00. Yeah. All right, my boy. Well, muchas gracias.
Hey, it was an honor, brother.
No, the honor is mine.
Familia.
That's right.
And you guys hit me up. You know, Vegas Cisco. Aquí anda siempre being foolish, but I may be foolish, but I got heart for everybody.
That's right.
Siempre.
All right, so there you have it. Thank you once again to my boy Cisco right here in Vegas. Thank you for letting us ride with you.
Anytime, brother. Aquí estamos.
That's right, my boy. All right, guys, so hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You know, we learned a lot about the scene out here in Vegas, and thank you to my boy Cisco. Thank you for you guys watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share this video, and see you guys in the next episode. All right.